Canton, Ohio, home of legends, where legacies that were forged on the field are cast in bronze. Their paths were different, but their destination is the same. They are champion builders. They are offensive cornerstones.
Little Shields, an awesome lock.
They are defensive game changers.
Junior Sam, huge play.
And they are game breakers. Now, they enter a brotherhood that welcomes only the most legendary. This is a place where their exploits will resonate forever. This is the 2015 Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And welcome now as we get set to say hello for the first time here in the stadium to our grade 8, our class of 2015. We have a beautiful evening. We have some great players and coaches on the stage with us who are ready to welcome with open arms their new brethren here in Canton, Ohio. One of the finest personnel men in all of football. He played a huge role with the Oakland and the LA Raiders for 23 years, almost all of them winning seasons. When he took over the Green Bay Packers in '91, he retransformed this proud franchise into its accustomed address of Titletown, USA, Ron Wolf. Welcome back to Canton, Ohio, everybody. Ron Wolf joined the Oakland Raiders as a scout in 1963. But it was readily apparent to Al Davis and everybody around him that he was much more than just a keen eye for talent. He had the vision for winning football. 2 different stints with the Raiders resulted in 3 Super Bowl appearances and 8 championship games. He'll always be remembered, though, for his 11 years in Green Bay, starting in 1991. To quote the team's own media guide, I quote, "He rescued the Packers from a quarter century of mediocrity. He knew that success was predicated on a great quarterback, a great coach, and a great defense. Soon to follow him to Green Bay, Brett Favre, Mike Holmgren, Reggie White. Soon to follow was the Packers' first championship of the Super Bowl in 29 years. That would be vision. To present his father in the Hall of Fame, his son, Elliott Wolf."
I remember when I was a really little kid, I'd come in after school and we would just sit there and watch film, and he liked that I was there, but he wasn't there to babysit me. He was there to build championship teams.
Ron Wolf's first taste of building a championship team came as a scout for the Oakland Raiders. There, he learned under the franchise's unique leadership.
People like Al Davis and Dick Steinberg that he worked with were definitely people that he always thought he learned a lot from, and I think he combined a lot of their positive traits and kind of formed his own style, which was successful.
He took that style and experience to Green Bay, home of the once proud Packers. There, Wolf spotted a prospect that would reinvigorate the franchise and send his own career to new heights.
Back to throw Favre. It is he rainbows deep down the middle, and Brett Favre put it right on his hands.
He always used the phrase, Favre would tilt the field in the favor of his team. No matter what was going on in the game, if you had a guy like that, you had a chance to win.
World champion, Green Bay Packers. Look at this celebration.
He took over a team here that was probably one of the worst teams in the league and turned it around into one of the best. There was an old saying that said the only reason a player would go to Green Bay was if you were drafted there, if you were on your way out of the league. He definitely changed that, and that goes back to the culture of everything.
Wolf's 37-year career spans championships, eras, and styles, but his personal touch has remained a constant.
His ability to be honest with himself and be honest with the team and not be stubborn I think that really set him apart and continues to set him apart as a general manager and as a leader of a team and as a leader of a staff.
Green Bay, this is yours as much as it is ours, and we thank you very much for that.
Even now in retirement, he'll go over to his house and he's got the clicker and set up for watching film. He's watching like the 1948 Chicago Cardinals, and I'm just like, why are you doing that? And he just loves the game so much. There's not a higher honor he could see in the whole world to be enshrined in the Mecca that is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's my great honor to present my father, Ron Wolf, for enshrinement.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Ron Wolf for enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Elliott Wolf.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as my friend Kenny Chesney so aptly sings, this is our moment, this is our time, this is our destiny, it's our night to shine. I want to thank the Hall of Fame Committee for bestowing this phenomenal honor on me. I also want to congratulate my fellow classmates on their induction into the Hall of Fame. To think that Ronnie Wolf from New Freedom, Pennsylvania, who graduated 101st in the class of '83 from Susquehannock High School, is being inducted into this fabled hall is remarkable. The goddess of victory comes about only once or twice during the course of a contest. There is that moment when a play is needed to be made. These gentlemen seized that moment and exhibited that ability throughout their careers. It is truly an honor for me now to be included in their company. I would like to acknowledge my wife, Edie, who permitted me to live my dream. Thank you. My two sons, Jonathan, and you met Elliott, Elliott's wife, Reagan, my three daughters, Sarah and husband, Paul, Shelley and husband, Steve, Joan, my grandson, Owen, and my brother, Guy. And that's it, folks. Further, I want to thank the current Packers organization for all their support. I had the good fortune to begin my career working for the legendary Al Davis. Not only did he set a standard of excellence for 5 decades in the NFL, as commissioner of the American Football League, he brought about the merger between the two leagues. I spent 24 seasons working for him and appreciate deeply all I was able to learn. He was a remarkable teacher, and I am forever in his debt for providing me with an opportunity to work in this extraordinary game. In 1990, I left the Raiders and joined the New York Jets. There I met Dick Steinberg, who taught me there are many different approaches to achieve the same goal of winning. I was able to take what I learned from him, tweak it, and use it in my next position. Around Thanksgiving of 1991, I was hired by Bob Harlan to become the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Green Bay Packers. When I was hired by the Packers, I did not realize what a wonderful place I was moving to. The history of this magnificent franchise is unparalleled in the annals of the National Football League. Those great names that surround Lambeau Field epitomize excellence achieved on the gridiron. I was fortunate enough to be able to hire Mike Holmgren trade for Brett Favre, sign Reggie White, and because of those three people, plus an excellent supporting cast, the Packers started to become a force once again in the NFL after over 2 decades of mediocrity. At that time, there was always a threat to players of other teams that if they didn't shape up, they would be traded to Green Bay. We worked hard to eliminate that stigma. Suddenly, players wanted to come and be a part of football's most illustrious franchise and to play in pro football's most storied cathedral, Lambeau Field. There are several people from the so-called Ron Wolf tree who have had great success recently in this profession, and you know who you are. I'm very proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations on all you have done for the sport of professional football, and on a personal note, thank you for all your help in resurrecting the Packers. Here's wishing you continued success as you pursue your own destiny throughout your careers in the NFL. There are several individuals who played a huge role in my life in pro football. I was very fortunate to be able to work in the AFL and NFL for 38 years and owe a great deal to too many people to mention. But I do want to thank every member of the Green Bay Packers organization from 1992 to 2001, Bill Parcells for his counsel and friendship, and Mike Ornstein for his efforts on my behalf. To succeed in this game, you have to love it, respect its history, and understand you have a responsibility to make it better. Michael Jordan said that, but the same applies to professional football. Football has such a broad appeal. I think it is the ultimate team game. It is a game of human will coupled with unbelievable athletic skill and grace. Nothing expresses that any better than watching a receiver catch a ball, tap his 2 feet down, inbounds for a completed pass. It is still, however, a contest of blocking, tackling, and kicking. No matter how hard people attempt to change the rules to get more scoring, it still comes down to those 3 basic components. To me, that is the uniqueness of the NFL and the wonderful aspect of the game of pro football. It is the reason behind the tremendous appeal the game has achieved nationally. Because this night is long, with lots of other presentations, and those of you who know me well know my reputation for extraordinarily brief speeches, as my dad would say, I love a good speaker. I really do. Not one who's polished, one who's through. Thank you very much. Go Pack Go!